it's time to talk about 80 for Brady. Yeah. All right. Now
Finally.
We have like 630 people watching. It's going to drop in half as we
Yeah.
talk about.
So
80
before we start, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button.
Yes. Before
and then you
leave,
can leave and not talk about it.
Before you leave.
As we talk about 80 for Brady.
Over 600 people watching. Before you leave, because you don't care about this movie, but you might want to stick around. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed.
We lost 3 more.
We lost. Yeah, we're just losing. Don't go. Don't go. 80 for Brady. Let's talk about it. First, I have to show you.
By the way, David Dastmalchian is coming.
David Dastmalchian will be here in like 15 minutes. David Dastmalchian is going to be here, so please stick with us. But I have to show you this, Alan. Look what I picked up. Look what I picked up. I got this. I have to go full screen for a second and show you. It's the latest issue of AARP magazine, Sex in Your 50s, and it has the cast of 80 for Brady right there on the cover on AARP magazine. Wow.
So that begs the question, what's it like being a member of AARP?
I wouldn't know. I'm not there yet, but I don't know. I picked up this magazine when I saw it. But let's AARP 80 for Brady. If you don't know, is the trailer that you've been watching in theaters that you're like, I'm gonna go get popcorn. I've been watching this trailer for months. It is cringe-inducing, the trailer. It looks terrible. And I'm not going to try to convince you that this is a good movie. I'm not. And I'm not even going to say that it's not a terrible movie. But it is a highly entertaining movie. It is what I would call a movie in the genre of cute old people. What are cute old people movies? That one where Robert De Niro goes to Vegas. I forget the name of that one. The Cocoon movies. The Cocoon movies are all about cute old people. It's cute old people in the twilight of their years going on a last hurrah. And this movie is based on a true story of 4 women in their 80s. Well, one happens to be 75, played by Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field. Collectively, how many Oscar nominations and Oscar wins do those actors have? Impeccable, great, talented actors in a broad comedy for mainstream audience. And they want to go to the Super Bowl. Why? Because they're huge fans of Tom Brady in particular, and not necessarily New England Patriots, but Tom Brady. They're huge fans of Tom Brady. They became a fan of Tom Brady when he stepped up when Drew Bledsoe, and I remember this game, Drew Bledsoe got injured on the New England Patriots. Tom Brady was the backup and became the quarterback and then won. And it was the year that 9/11 happened. And the country was much more united back then. Post 9/11, country was much more united, much more patriotic, much more nationalistic, which has unfortunately become a dirty word. But the Patriots, the New England Patriots under Tom Brady won that year, the year after 9/11. And it's a great story. And this focuses on the game, probably the greatest Super Bowl game ever played, which was the New England Patriots battling the Atlanta Falcons, where they were down, I think it was at halftime, 27-3. And they came back and Tom Brady led the team to come back and win. It is one of the greatest Super Bowls ever played. It's not a spoiler. That happened years ago. This is based on that. This is when these women went to the Super Bowl. They're all dealing with different problems. Sally Field's character has kind of an overbearing husband. Lily Tomlin's character, she may or may not have been diagnosed with cancer. Jane Fonda writes Gronk fanfic, and she's kind of rediscovering herself. And her romantic interests in men. She ends up meeting Harry Hamlin, and they hit it off very well. Rita Moreno has a man who has a crush on her at the facility that she is living at. They all have their different problems, but they want to go to the Super Bowl. They run into challenges. You see a lot of it in the trailer. Look, I'm not here to tell you this is a good movie. I'm here to tell you whether you are a Tom Brady fan or not. And I'm an NFL fan. Okay. My team is the Detroit Lions, but they've never even been to the Super Bowl. The last time the Lions they won the world championship as it was known in the 1950s. They've never even been to the Super Bowl. So I kind of have to like, I come up with teams. I like this team. I'll root for that team. And so just the enthusiasm, being a fan of football. I love this game. It's really partly this game is like a celebration of being a fan of something and how that can bring people together. It how it can forge friendships. And that's what the film is about. That's what it explores. A lot of the comedy is dumb. They go to this party and Rita Moreno like takes too many like, you know, uh
Gummy
marijuana
bears.
gummies, and she gets high. Guy Fieri plays himself in the film. Other characters play themselves, so to speak.
Tom
Uh,
Brady, for crying out loud.
Tom Brady plays himself. Tom Brady's a character in the movie. This movie is produced by Tom Brady, starring Tom Brady, who plays Tom Brady. And this is a light comedy, and I would compare it to other types of comedies with really, really talented actors who are Oscar winning or Oscar nominated actors with a lot of gravitas, but they'll go off and do like a light broad comedy. Like I would compare it to, do you remember like these movies that Clint Eastwood used to make, like Any Which Way You Can, Every Which Way But Loose,
Mhm.
where it's like it's a monkey movie where it's Clint Eastwood and an orangutan and he plays a trucker. You know, Hollywood used to make movies about people that were blue collar workers. They used to make movies about those people. They don't make those movies about people like that anymore. But that's what I also related to in this film, is that this movie is just about regular, normal people. There's no agenda in this or anything, but it's also like these older women kind of experiencing like, oh, this is what it's like to be at the Super Bowl. It's very fish out of water. And Sally Field is in particular good in this film. She's really good in a movie that I recommend. Oh, by the way, we've lost like 60 people
Yeah.
started reviewing this film. Stick with us. You can engage in the conversation, folks.
David Malchin is going to be
David Desmalchin will be here any minute, ready for your questions and comments. Make sure to ask questions for David. He was Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. Anyway, you'll know who he is when you see him. But 80 for Brady is it's just stupid fun. Alan, I had a good time. People cheered at the end. I can't think of the last time I was at a movie where people like applauded like multiple times during the film. It was a packed audience, multiple times broke out in applause, cheered. There's this line near the end of the movie. Tom Brady gives a line. The audience goes freaking nuts. When was the last time an audience went nuts at the movies? I'll tell you when it was. It was RRR. But I'm not trying to tell you this is a good movie, but
You
it's a
just made
movie
an RRR comparison to 80 for
and
Brady.
a shout out to Ryan Cannell, who has gone to see Tom Brady multiple times play games. If he doesn't see this film, 80 for Brady, is Ryan Cannell from RK Outpost, is Ryan Cannell truly a Tom Brady fan if he doesn't go to a movie that stars Tom Brady? I ask you, Ryan, go see 80 for Brady, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Alan, what did you think of 80 for Brady?
Yeah, you're overselling it a bit.
Yeah,
Uh, excuse me. Let's be real. This movie should have been a lot worse than it was.
right.
I I was okay with it. You were in a packed audience. I was in an audience for one, and
No, you're kidding. Oh,
it
that's too
was
bad.
just me and my local Regal theater, which was about to be closed because of bankruptcy, is now open again.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I can now again see movies by myself at this theater. Yeah, I didn't have anything fundamentally bad to say about it. It's having seen all four of these actresses at the height of their careers, and to now see them in 80 for Brady. There's a little bit of sadness I have for that. I mean, I hate to harp on it, but Jane Fonda's work on her face is
I think they've all had work and it's all a little distracting.
no,
But I
but
will say,
maybe Lily Tomlin a little bit, but it is so noticeable. I mean, just look at the picture here.
yeah.
And we saw her at the Critics' Choice Award, and she, it's like I mean, I feel bad because I feel like natural appearances are much more attractive than what than this Botox and the super stretches. Okay, so I'll move on beyond that. Yeah, it's okay. If anything about what is said about this movie has interest, go and see it. But I would definitely not
Well, I'll
recommend.
say this
Yeah,
is a movie.
let me just say my favorite
Sure.
part about the movie is I forgot this is Super Bowl 51, where they were playing against the Falcons, and I forgot how incredible that game was until now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
They bring back the emotion of that game in this movie, and if you want to, they bring out this comeback story, and that is probably the best thing about this movie. And quite frankly, there's a connection between Tom Brady and the Lily Tomlin character that somehow worked. Maybe I'm so desperate for something good in this movie, but there's a part where we find out how Tom Brady was able to pull it together before the fourth quarter and turn the game around.
well,
And it
don't
has
give
to
it
do with,
away. It's a
yeah,
spoiler, but
but it's that interaction between him and Lily Tomlin at that time and after they won the Super Bowl that was really the heart. If there was a heart and emotion of this movie, that was it. But again, I think we're risking overselling this movie.
well,
Um,
look, here's what I want to say about it. It's just it stands out in a sea of things that are dystopian, that are apocalyptic, that
yeah,
are depressing, that are dark. This is a light, fun movie. And yes, I am overselling it. I cannot tell you that it was a good movie. So I can't tell you it's a good movie. It is a fun movie and it's light comedy and you will more than likely have a good time. But and
yeah.
that's it.
I
We
mean,
have
it's
some comments we got to get through here
yeah.
before
I'll just say the
Katie says
humor is
something.
not as cringeworthy as you think of it. The movie is basically a series of scenelets and gags along the way. And I will say this: I have had a crush on Sally Field since I was 10, and I think I still hold on to that crush today.
Yeah, I love
She is
Sally Field.
absolutely gorgeous in this movie in a very girls next door kind of way.
She is like a girl next door. I also love Sally Field. Uh, Quick recommendation: see a movie called My Hello, My Name is Doris.
Yeah,
Hello, My Name is Doris stars Sally Field as a woman who's lost her mother.
yeah. I think
She works.
Amazon Prime has that one.
Amazon Prime has it, so you can see it. And she ends up having a crush on a man who's much too young for her, and how awkward that interaction goes. And it's a very good film.